Hello, I am Barendipitous, and well, we are continuing the celebrating the release of the Brawlhalla graphic novel, Brawlhalla Tales Nyx, which of course I have right here. I wanted to kind of bring up something a little bit interesting. So I wondered how many cameos of other legends would appear in here, and I combed over this meticulously a couple of times. Still possible I might have missed some, but I did notice, and I mentioned this in earlier videos, almost every single legend is in here somewhere. Either you actually see them or you see a reference to them somewhere, maybe in a poster in the background, or they're mentioned in dialogue somewhere. However, I did notice that there are a few that are still, I guess, missing and everything. I had to wonder if maybe RJ and other and Matt and the other and everyone else involved with this comic. I had to wonder if they were maybe trying to do what they could to put all the Brawlhalla legends, in here somewhere. I did notice a few interesting omissions. I don't know if it was purposeful or they just couldn't find a place for them. I will also say this is not really a spoiler so much because I'm not going to be saying how a particular legend appears. At least I'm not going to be saying anything that hasn't already been revealed in the graphic novel trailer or in my previous videos or whatever. But this also might be a helpful little guide if you're at least something to keep in mind if you're looking for your favorite legend in this graphic novel. So here's what I've got. Here's what I've got so far. I'm kind of calling them missing legends ? Again, it is possible I might have missed some, but here's what I was able to find. All right. Or not find, I suppose. And they're kind of in three categories. First, we have the Ubisoft IPs. Of course, it makes, even though Blue Mammoth Games is a Ubisoft studio, I think it does make sense that they would probably, to kind of like make sure everything, make sure not to step on any toes or whatever. I guess they did want to, they made sure not to. It's not surprising to not see Rayman or Ezio in this graphic novel. Even though Ubisoft, it would be cool, and I imagine it probably could have been possible considering that Ubisoft and Dark Horse have worked together before, and there are some Assassin's Creed publications from Dark Horse working with Ubisoft. But I saw no Rayman and I saw no Ezio or any reference that I could recognize to either of those. I think that makes a lot of sense. Next, we have newer legends. Again, I think this also kind of makes sense because at a certain point, you kind of have to stop with the art. You kind of have to stop somewhere with the art and the planning and everything. You can't just keep updating the art over and over every time a new legend is planned. So these are all of the new legends that I did not see in the graphic novel. Almost all of them from Red Raptor onwards. Now, with a couple of exceptions. First of all, I did see Loki in there, which not too surprising. We're in Valhalla. Loki is very much involved in a part of Norse mythology. So I don't think it's too crazy to expect to at least see Loki somewhere or a reference to Loki in there. Also, I think I saw this in a. There might have been a preview somewhere that showed, or maybe not. I don't know. I saw Umugi in there as well. Umugi is a newer character who released after Loki, so I was a little surprised that he is in there, considering that we don't see Red Raptor, Seven, Vivi, King Zuva, or Priya, or of course I have Ransom in brackets. I'm guessing that's going to be the name of the new legend based on other clues we've seen. So considering that Matt Woomer, one of the writers, was involved with the creation of the first 59 legends, which is Bodvar all the way up to Red Raptor, that's not too surprising. Although again, I don't know why we didn't see Red Raptor in there. It's not too surprising to not see much, if any, legends after Red Raptor or Loki. The fact that Umugi is in there was a little puzzling to me at first, but then I kind of wondered, well, maybe it's because Umugi was kind of being planned, kind of a lot earlier than we expected, because Umugi was first mentioned in Jaeon's lore. as Jae-yun's dragon turtle companion, essentially. So Imugi could have been in the works for quite some time before he was officially released as a legend. So, and also, Imugi appears with food and things like that. So, not especially in with a great hall with a lot of feasting. That's not too surprising. So anyway, but newer legend again. The fact that Red Raptor's not on there is interesting, and the other ones make sense. 7, VV, King Zuva, Priya, and Ransom, and any other legends after that. That makes a lot of sense to me. They're just too new, and they were probably being developed after, or maybe around the same time that the graphic novel development was finishing up. Red Raptor, though, and also the fact that we got a short animation about Red Raptor's ascension. It makes me wonder if there might be something special planned for Red Raptor and the graphic novel side. That's some theorizing for you there. So I have no idea, but I thought that was interesting that I didn't see anything about Red Raptor in there. Especially since Red Raptor is looking for Loki, and we do see, and there, Loki is referenced in the graphic novel. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. But the final category is, why didn't I see them around? These are much older legends that I would have expected to see somewhere, but I didn't. So either I missed them, or they were omitted for some deliberate reason, or they just couldn't be fit in for one reason or another. I feel like there probably could have been some opportunities to fit a few more of these legends in somewhere, kind of squeeze them in. I don't know. But Queen Nai, Asuri, Baraza, and Artemis are the ones that I did not find, which is very interesting to me, especially the Queen Nai one, considering that, at least in Nyx's lore, we have Nyx is definitely looking for her Quetzalcoatl quarry, which is Queen Nai. So maybe considering that we don't see Queen Nai in this story at all, this makes me wonder if maybe Queen Nai was simply a later target for Nyx, and maybe that is part of a story for later, perhaps. Queen Nai's lore has also been not retconned, but sort of significantly added to, thanks to Battle Pass Season 11 with the Jaguar Kingdom. So maybe there could be a bit of sort of figuring out Queen Nai's lore a little bit as well around the time that this was being created, the graphic novel. As far as Asuri, Baraza, and Artemis, I'm not sure why none of them would have been, or I could have just simply missed them. So these are all of the legends that I did not find in Brawlhalla Tales Nyx. Now, I wasn't necessarily expecting every single Brawlhalla legend to be in here. I was expecting a lot of cameos, and I did see a lot more cameos than I thought I would. But just wanted to sort of let you all know this is what I saw. And if you ended up actually finding either one of these legends or a reference to one of these legends in the graphic novel, definitely let me know. I would love to know. I'm happy to be proven wrong when it comes to Brawlhalla lore, because I'm certainly not perfect. I just try my best. So that's all I've got this time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are continuing to enjoy the graphic novel Brawlhalla Tales Nyx. So until next time, all the best.